'cause I thank God for making me brave, 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 brave.
Hey y'all, my name is Gabrielle and welcome back to Gabrielle's Guide to Books. Happy Women's History Month. This might indeed be my most controversial video yet. This video is all about the 10 self-development books that helped me to glow up, level up my life, and become an it girl, that girl, her, whatever the new kids are saying these days to basically say to become all that. That's what we used to say back in my day. Like, she thinks she's all that. These are the books that help me to do that. If you love content about Black books, Black women writers in particular, please give this a video a big thumbs up. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into those 10 books. So y'all, these books are not in any particular order. It's really just honestly the order that they are on my desk right now is the way that I will present them to you all. The first book is Get Good with Money by Tiffany the Budgetnista Aliche. I don't think that you can really level up your life if you are not about your coins, okay? There's so much going on in the economy. There's so much stuff going on all the time. I think grown women need to know about their money. It's great if your boyfriend, husband, sister, play cousin knows about money, but if you do not know about money for yourself, you are missing out. So I think that Get Good with Money is a really great foundational book for you to get good with your money. I love the Budgetnista, so I have been in her Dream Catchers program maybe around 2016 or so. I love the podcast that she co-founded called Brown Ambition. I think that she really gives really good advice for Black women, Black people, people of color, and really just anyone. I think that her advice is really great and it's practical. I think that her advice can be applied to people that are working all different types of jobs, including like a 9-to-5 baddie like myself, or someone that is in like the gig economy, others that are entrepreneurs. This book is really good for those that may not have that safety net. Your parents may not have been able to pay for your college completely, or your parents were not able to give you, the down payment to your first home or something like that. So she starts off with, of course, what we all need to have is a budget, honey. And she does something that she calls like a noodle budget, and this is like your bare bones budget, the ramen noodles that many people ate in college. It is like, this is survival mode. This is the budget that is like only the things that you need to literally survive. And she teaches how to build up from that budget, which I really love. I think I've been telling y'all all of my business, but I spend a lot of money. I do. But just as much money as I spend, I save, okay? And honestly, I feel like I've curbed my spending because like, who is over consuming anything these days? And what I really love about this book with something as basic as like a budget or a savings account is that she has a lot of exercises within the book. She gives a lot of homework. I'm a person that loves homework. And it's actually the budget that I use now is one that came from one of the budgets that the Budgetnista put together like probably over 10 years ago now. My budget has definitely expanded since then, but really the foundation came from one of the frameworks that the Budgetnista had created. Beyond some basic elements like budgeting and saving, she really does talk about like investing, insurance, real estate. So I think that there are places in this book that no matter where you are on your financial independence, financial literacy journey, this is a really great book for you. This book is so foundational to me. When I have a question about money, I am always like, what does the budget needs to say about this? The pages of this book are quite worn because I will flip through this book quite often to see what does the budget needs to say about this money thing or that money thing. Honestly, to level up, I think one of the first things to do is be a girl about your coins, get your money right, and this is a really great book to do that. Now, I did kind of warn y'all that this might be my most controversial or spiciest one ever, but I do think as a grown woman, we have to know things about sex and sexual health. And so this book, Pleasure Please by Ashley Cobb, who is a sexual educator, who I first encountered via social media and have really enjoyed her content. I was so happy when she decided to come out with her book. This book came out in February 2026, and this is one that actually I finished reading right before recording this video. I think that this is a book that is both educational, and I think that this is a book that is also aspirational. This book is organized somewhat like an encyclopedia. There are different categories beginning with A to Z that cover topics related to sex, sexual health, sexuality, and everything sort of in between. This book is so interesting because I have been following Ashley on social media for several years, but somehow I missed the memo that she was in one of these like Christian purity cults, and then became like a very sex positive sex educator. What I really like about this book is that it covers topics that could be seen as taboo, that people do not talk about, particularly in the Black community. I think there's more space that people are talking about this now, but if women need help, I think this is a really great place to start. This book will give like an anatomy lesson about certain things. It will give a step-by-step tutorial on other things, all related to sex, sexual health, sexuality. And I think this is really great because instead of like having Black women like roam the internet and social media for things that are not true or coming from so many like weird perspectives, this is from a certified sexual health educator. There is a lot in this book, and it's not just really only, I don't want someone to come away from this book and be like, oh, this book only has like what some people could think about as like vulgar things or something like that in the book. But I think it's really something that any grown woman should know about her own anatomy, being able to identify things that are happening in her body, and also just really getting comfortable with being a grown woman that is also like a sexual being in and outside of relationships and what that might mean. So I think that this is a really great book for that. I think that Ashley is really cool. She is someone that is all about Black women and their pleasure, and I really appreciate her for not being only in the internet space, but also putting all of that knowledge in one sort of central place like a book so that people that need the information can get it. So for book number 3, this is All the Joy You Can Stand by Debrina Jackson Gandy. My mother actually gave me this book when I was in college. She actually let me borrow her copy of the book because she was talking about it so much. But unfortunately, I loaned this book out and had to buy myself another copy and also had to buy my mother another copy. So if you went to college with me and you live in Tutwiler Hall and my mama's name is in your book, please give it back. I promise you, I will buy you another copy of this book, but I would love to have my mama's copy back. See, this is why you shouldn't loan out your books, okay? Don't loan out your books. I learned my lesson with this book for sure. Do not loan out your books. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The subtitle of this book is 101 Sacred Power Principles for Making Joy Real in Your Life. This book is very interesting. I think this is the perfect book for someone that is on a self-love, self-discovery journey. I think this is especially good for someone that is going through like some type of life transition of any kind. This is the type of book that centers you. It reminds you of where you have been, where you want to go, and then grounds you really in where you are right now. This book was first published in 2000, and it is 26 years later, and I think that this book still really holds the power of when it was first published. I don't see this book mentioned as much as I think it should be. This book definitely has a lot of exercises. And one of the things that I really love about this book is that it is directed specifically towards Black women and Black women's experiences. What I really also like about this book is you can read this book completely all the way through and gain so much. But what I realize is that I come back to this book quite often for different times in my life. I might need something different. As you can see, I have a few pages that are marked, and these are probably the ones that I come back to quite often. Yep. Okay, so one of my favorites is number 42 of the Sacred Principles, and this one is about calling your spirit back. And this is something that I will actually do at the time of like the new year, or I will do this at my birthday. And we think about this now in terms of like energies, but she called it spirits then. This is basically saying over the last year, I've been giving my spirits, my energies out. And basically it's about how to call your spirit back to you, how to call your energies back to you, and not having your energies be left out in the world. Calling your spirit back means reclaiming the energy you've invested in staying angry, upset, or pissed off with someone or something. Calling your spirit back is about reclaiming the peace and power you've surrendered. So it's all about claiming those energies back. This is one that I really love. This book is one that just never stays on my bookshelf. I actually have a book bin that I keep really close to my bed, and this is one of the books that is always in that book bin because I'm like, I feel something, let me pull this out. This was definitely one of those books that helped me to glow up, and I think definitely love on myself. Again, if you lived in Tutwiler Hall and my mama's name is in your book, please, please, please give it back to me. And mama, I know you're watching this, so I'm so sorry that I now have to tell you someone I'd loaned it out. Book number 4 is none other than The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes published a new edition of this book in 2025, I believe, but I have my OG 2015 copy of this book. And when I say this was a book that definitely helped me to level up my life, this book kind of covers every area of life. When this book was published, I had only lived in Atlanta for just a few years, and I was like feeling good. I felt settled, and I was kind of like comfy. I was not taking the type of risk that I had done before. I was not going to like new events, meeting new types of people. I was just kind of comfy and cozy, which is great, right? But I really felt like I wanted more. And so to have someone so visible like Shonda Rhimes say, wait, I never say yes to anything. And then to have a year that she said yes, like I really started to do so much more of the things that I wanted to do. One of the things that I did do that year, because I guess I was 29 when I read this book, I'd always wanted to go to South Africa, but the flight just seemed so long to me. And I remember sort of after reading this book, I was like, no, in 2016, you're going to South Africa. And I booked my trip to South Africa very shortly after reading this book because I was so inspired by the ways that she said yes in her life. So that's a big example, but there were small examples where I just wanted to say no to something and I would just say yes. And my world like really, really opened up. And I'm really thankful to this book, the way that she goes through her own journey. And you're like, someone like Shonda Rhimes, like this was the height of scandal. And I'm like, if Shonda Rhimes is making herself say yes, like, girl, you definitely need to be saying yes to stuff. So this book really changed that. And I think if you're a person that, you know there's something more that you want out of life, you want more potential, and you just need something to like push you forward, this book, I think, is so inspiring that it will definitely push you. This one was so transformative for me and like the perfect book to be reading as I was going into like a new decade of life. I read it 10 years ago. I'm about to be 40. Maybe I need to read this book again because I feel some of those same feelings of like, what more could I be doing? And I'm just like, I'm kind of comfy. So maybe you all might be seeing me talk about the year of yes at some point because I think it's worth a reread this year. For book number 5, there is no way that I could be doing a self-development for Black women without talking about Iyanla Vanzant. Beloved, it would just not be possible. I know that Iyanla Vanzant has a new sort of persona and identity in today's like pop culture, but when I really think about like late 1990s, early 2000s, Iyanla Vanzant was that girl. She's still that girl, but she was definitely that girl then. If you were a Black woman who wanted to like go inward, she was the woman to help you to do that. I have so many Iyanla Vanzant books, and now that I think about it, some of them might be my mama's. But anyway, one of the books that helped me was In the Meantime by Iyanla Vanzant. The subtitle is Finding Yourself and the Love You Want. If I could do it all over again, honey, my 20s would have been about focusing on myself. Don't be thinking about these boys, girl. Honey, these frat boys are not your husband. But anyway, this book was the first time that I felt like I was reading about love, like romantic love and relationship and self-love from a Black woman's perspective. I don't know that this was the Eat, Pray, Love era, but there was like, oh, I'm going to like do this like self-love journey and then I find love along the way. But like, I thought that In the Meantime was one of those books that was like, okay, yeah, you want to find this love, you want to find this like really strong romantic love and all of those types of things. But like, if you don't work on yourself, are you going to be ready for that? And I think, again, just very much like All the Joy You Can Stand, this was one of those books before I knew that like therapy really was for Black people. This was one of those books that was really helping to have those types of conversations with myself. And one of the things that I also really appreciate about this book is that it focused on self-love, on the journey to like love expansively. It was not just about romantic love, but like all types of love and relationships. I really do think like Iyanla Vanzant again is that girl, but I really think that this book holds like a really special place for me because I remember reading this book when I was in my like mid-20s trying to figure out like, okay, what should I be focused on? I found this book at a time where I really wanted to focus on my career, but I felt like everything was telling me, no, you really need to be focused on like romantic love. And this book just reminded me, beloved, you need to focus on yourself. Number 6 is Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Tawwab. If you have been on Instagram, Pinterest, listening to podcasts, probably on TikTok, you have run across the work of Nedra Tawwab. Outside of just having like great hair and great nails, she is like the boundaries queen, okay? I think that this is a book that is applicable to all areas of life because we need to set boundaries in all areas. I learned so much from this book about boundaries, and it wasn't just to start saying anytime someone asks me something, I have boundaries, but it really helped me to understand why sometimes I got into cycles that I said I didn't want to. So I know from talking to a lot of people that this book helped them to set boundaries with their families. It helped them set boundaries with work, their children, romantic relationships, just so many different places. But what this book helped me to do is set boundaries with time. I like to do the things that I say that I'm going to do. And so that took up so much of my headspace and also, quite frankly, my time. And so it really helped me to think about, where am I going to have boundaries? Even though I want to show up for the things that I said that I'm going to show up for, I need those things to be orderly. I need those things to be organized because my time is precious. Really, this book helped me to level up my time management skills. I don't know if this was like the goal of this book, but it really helped me with that. So it was like, I cannot spend all day helping you move, but what I can do is come over tomorrow from 3 to 4 and help you pack boxes. And so that, like, honestly, just that helped me to free me up because I felt like, well, if I'm a good friend, if I'm a good daughter, if I'm a good sister, if I'm a good employee, I will spend all of my time doing this thing because I want to be helpful. And it was like, you can still be helpful, but you don't have to spend all of your time doing this thing. I highly, highly recommend this book for anyone struggling with boundaries in any area. But I do think that it may not just be about the boundaries you're immediately thinking about, because if you would have told me when I picked this book up, I would have learned about time management, I would have been like, how? It helped me to have better time management in both my personal and my professional life. And I think I'm so much better having read and implemented this book. It is also another book that has lots of exercises to complete and a lot of things to think about. So this might be, probably all of these books I would argue are slower reads. This book was definitely one that took me a bit longer to get through. Book number 7 is Believe Bigger by Marshawn Evans Daniels. I will go ahead and give a disclaimer to say that this book is definitely in the Christian faith inspiration category. But hear me out. If you have been a fan of a book like The Purpose-Driven Life or any book that's about helping you to find deeper meaning in life, purpose in life, this is a very similar book for that is definitely geared towards women. I think what is really interesting about this book is this is for the woman that might have a life that looks really, really, really good on paper, but recognizing that maybe there's something off about this. It may not be the life that I thought I would be living and the life that I actually want to live. If you are a person of faith, particularly Christian faith, this is a book that will have you think about, is this the purpose that God has for my life? I think whether or not you are a person that identifies as Christian, a person of faith or not, I really do think that this book and this type of book in general is really helpful to think about, what is my mission? What is my goal in life? I think that this book is really helpful at different stages. I could see this book being very helpful for someone that is entering college and is like, what is it that I want to do with my life in terms of a career, especially if they want that career to be something that not only helps them to make money, because we are smart girls and we are about our coins, but it is also something that might be mission focused and purpose aligned. At other points in life, this may be if you feel there's some type of misalignment or something might feel off, or you're in a really good place and you're just trying to see what is the thing that I really want to go to next. I think this is the perfect type of book to read for that sort of thing. I think this book does a really good job of providing vignettes and also journal prompts as things to ponder and to think about. If you are a person of faith, I think that this book might be something that helps you to deepen your faith and your spiritual connection. I think this is one of those books that will take you wherever you want to go, and you just have to sort of choose your own adventure and choose your own path with this book. Number 8 is 107 Days by Kamala Harris. Again, this is not political unless you still have questions in March 2026. I'm not sure if this is one that is surprising to be on the list, but when I read this book in October 2025, it really changed the way that I thought about my career. My profession is one that is not very diverse. Black representation in my profession it needs a lot of work. I thought that there were so many career lessons to be learned from this memoir that just helped me to level up. This may not necessarily be in that like self-help, self-development category. I think I would have been remiss not to add it to this list. One of the things that I think comes out so clearly in this memoir and is so essential for Black women, especially in their career. One of the first things that Vice President Harris says in her book, and is actually the reason why she says that she wrote it, is because she wanted to control her own narrative. There are so many people that want to stereotype, speak for, think they know all about Black women, and especially Black women that are working in non-diverse spaces, that we have to control the narrative. More so than the narrative about like all Black people, the narrative about all Black women, you need to control the narrative of you. No one should be in control of the story about you except you. One of the other things that I think was so interesting and like really got a lot of buzz was about Vice President Harris choosing her running mate. It is essential to choose the right people on your team. The way that she broke down all of the people that she was considering to be her running mate was fascinating to me. And it was a chapter that I actually reread because I thought that it gave so much insight on how we choose the different teams that we have in life. A person that she did not pick to be her running mate, she recognized that he would not be okay with being number 2. And that's okay. It is okay not to want to be someone else's vice president, but that's the job. And recognizing when someone is not rooting for you because they essentially want to be you, it is essential to know that from the jump. And thirdly and finally, one of the things that I think can be learned from this memoir to level up your life is no matter what you are saying, whether what you are saying is correct and people will later see that you were right, they will not receive the message because you are saying it. No matter how many times you say it, you try to convince them, they will not listen because they don't like that you are the person who is saying it. Whether that means that you need to leave the company, the country, the companion. You have to just leave them where they are. And sis, maybe they just don't deserve you, and they will come to know that later. And maybe they should know next time to just believe Black women. Number 9 is Communion by D. Bell Hooks. This book is not really like the others because it is more of theory, but I do believe that this is a great book for self-development, especially for Black women. Communion is about women and their search for love. One of the things that I really love about this book was about mentorship. This book is definitely about this search for love that women often perform, but this search is often in response to a patriarchal society. I think that there's a lot to be unpacked there, but one of the things that I think for my life that helped me to glow up and level up was really about the relationship between women that was discussed in this book, both friendship and mentorship. And one of the things that I really appreciate is this idea of older women and younger women sort of being in community with one another. I mostly get this through my relationship with my mother, but there are other older women, both in professional and personal spaces, that I have gained so much knowledge and really clarity from. This book really shows that those types of relationships are actually life-changing and life-sustaining for women. I must have been in college the first time that I read this, and it was so apropos because I joined a sorority and have been a lifelong member of that sorority. So this book has really stayed with me all of that time. I think this is also a reminder that if you are in a space where you really do want to level up, it is important to have wise counsel around you. And that wise counsel can often come from women who have been there, who can share their experiences, women who are all in with you. This is a book that I know that I will continue to come back to and come back to. I actually have several copies of this book. This is probably one of my newest copies because my original copy of this book was actually not this cover and also very ratty. Last but not least, book number 10 is What I Know for Sure by Oprah Winfrey. I know that Oprah is a mega celebrity and a media maven. She has her own book club, magazines. Everybody looks at her list of favorite things every year. But if Oprah did not one other thing, and she's done a lot, and she's probably going to do so many more things, she gave me a real gift with this book, What I Know for Sure. This book really split open my ideas about the things that Black women deserved in life. It may sound cliche and it might seem like an overstatement, but this book really changed my life and how I thought about what were the things that I deserved. Oprah introduces this concept of 5-star experiences, and she talks about how in her life she strives to have these 5-star experiences. And of course, the first thing that I think of when I think of 5 stars outside of books are 5-star restaurants. What are those things that I would give a 5-star in life? I then said, whatever those things are, I deserve them. Really, 5-star experiences can be anything. Like for me, it is being at home with my family and playing games. We are a game playing family. So at every holiday, we're bringing out board games. When I'm playing these games with my family, I'm like, this is definitely a 5-star experience. When I was talking about like budgeting and everything, I really started to think about, what am I saving money for? What am I making money for outside of like survival, right? I was like, I am doing it to be able to provide myself with 5-star experiences. And it made me not be shy about the things that I wanted. In this book, What I Know for Sure said, what is your idea of a 5-star experience? If you are not having that 5-star experience, why aren't you? And if you are having that 5-star experience, how can you make more room for more of them? And I remember listing out my 5-star experiences and thinking, like, I can't wait until I'm in a place in life where I can do these things. They felt so unattainable at the time, and realizing that I'm now having those 5-star experiences is amazing. And it's really just because a little idea of 5-star experiences was something that I read in a book. And this is exactly why reading is one of my 5-star experiences. So y'all, there you have it. Those are the 10 self-development books that I feel like helped me to level up my life and to really glow up and become that girl. Thank you all so much for watching and for being a part of this community. Y'all, it is time to lock in. Please follow me over on my Instagram and TikTok accounts at The Gabrielle Guide. And before you go, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay glowing. Bye.
I can't help but think that there is some